Yeah.
The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I told you I was working on a little something, and this is it. This is gonna be called The Stage, where we get on here and we debate about different topics, whether it's NFL, player debates on greatest teams, greatest players, NFL, college. We might do a little NBA, something to get us through this off season because it's long and it's dead and it's dry. Popeye's biscuit style. So,
was crazy.
we got. I'm gonna introduce everybody. I mean, y'all people know most of these dudes. We got Josh, back of the bus. Back of the bus, also a house divided. We got Marcus, back of the bus, a house divided. We got M3. I got the big interview on at 3. M3.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mm.
We got Boxing Maniac, Go Blue Maniac. You talk that stuff with OSU, he's a maniac on you.
That's
Yeah.
Tiafimo cousin, baby.
Nah, he's Honduran. He's Honduran. We're good. We Puerto Rican over here.
And then
What
we
are you
got
out
Juju.
right?
People know Juju from Voice of College Football, always calling in, M3 show, calling in, my show, the barbershop calling in, and we also got the Wednesday show, me and Juju. So that's the team.
sir.
The panel will change. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Super Bowl LX. What's the thoughts? What's the thoughts on it?
Weak Super Bowl. This is a weak Super Bowl. Two teams nobody's excited about. This is you got New England, who we know since 2000 has been the premier team in the NFL, right? They have about 8 Super Bowl wins in 26 years. You got Seattle, who's Legion of Boom. Pete Carroll. He had these team. They should have won at least 2 Super Bowls. They should have won the one against New England, but they decided not to hand it off to Marshawn Lynch, which was the dumbest coaching move in the history of sports. But you got 2 teams. I mean, talented teams, two good coaches. You got Mike Vrabel, who was the coach for the Titans, long time. He had them competing year in and year out. And, he's a former player of the Patriots. He won Super Bowls with the Patriots. So now he got his team back in the Super Bowl. They more defensive than anything. I think Drake May, he's trash. To me, honestly, he's mid. Let me say mid, not trash, mid. Drake May is mid. He ain't know nothing. And I just think we're in the era of the NFL where this was a weak year of NFL. There wasn't really no really good teams. There was some solid teams. Seattle, they just came on strong late. I'm a 49er fan, so we had to play them 3 times, twice in the regular season, in the playoffs. And the playoffs they did us filthy. But we've been riddled by injuries, man. Key players at key positions. So eventually it catches up to you. But overall, of course, I'm just a fan of the sport. So yes, I'm gonna watch. But am I excited for the Super Bowl? Absolutely not.
Wait, so do you think Seattle's a good team?
Yeah, they are solid. They a good team. They a solid team. I think 49ers healthy. We take them. We would have beat them. But they good. They're the more complete team of the two. They don't rely on just passing. They could do both officially, and defensively they good, man. They attack. They tackle well. And, all 3 levels of the defense is very solid for Seattle. Although New England's defense is very similar, I just don't think they're offensively, they match up well with Seattle. Now, do I think it's going to be a blowout? No, but I think Johnny likes to say this word, a control ass whooping. And I think that's what Seattle's going to do tomorrow against New England. So I see like a, 27-14 kind of game.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
I'm kind of the same. I'm kind of the same. Anybody else disagree with that?
No, that was damn near perfect.
I mean, I think
Shout out
I think
to Mike
I think
McDonald.
Everybody got Seattle winning this.
but yeah, I
Shout
think
out to Mike
I think,
D, baby.
I think the Super Bowl was in the divisional round.
Wow. Okay.
Divisional.
Yeah.
I mean,
And go ahead, Juju.
no, I just think I just don't think the Patriots have enough offensively. I like Drake May. They're sound on defense, but I just think what Mike McDonald's done with Seattle in year 2 is just remarkable. I mean, there's not really, I don't see a clear weakness on the team, like a clear cut, like attack that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, I'm just Seattle. I mean, like I said, man, Mike McDonald, he just became a head coach recently. So it is impressive. You got to give him that, right? And when I look at Seattle as well, is that it's true. They really don't have a weakness, but I mean they beatable. But New England, I just don't think New England is the team. Like I said, I think this was a weak year for the AFC. Baltimore was down, Kansas City was down, Buffalo. The year that we thought they're already on their way to get them out of here. So I think they took advantage of a weak AFC and they was able to slip through the cracks. Hence why they in the Super Bowl. And you've seen the games that they played. I mean, yeah, they beat the Texans. That was a blowout, but I think we can all agree. Well, I'm not gonna say we all agree. Me personally, if Bo Nix plays, in that AFC Championship, they beat New England.
Facts. That's facts. That's fact. You disagree, Josh?
No, I just heard a lot about what Seattle has, and nobody decided to talk about the fact that they have the best wide receiver in the league.
Oh, boy.
Just throwing that out there.
Tomatoes. Shout out to Mike
even if you don't like it, the fact is he's the best receiver in the league.
No, I wouldn't say.
I think he's having the best season, but I still think Jamar Chase is the best receiver.
Yeah. So it perfectly set. Similar
this season, JSN.
No, similar to college, right? You had Mekhi Lemon and you had Jeremiah Smith. Now, the obvious better receiver was Jeremiah Smith, but Mekhi Lemon got the wide receiver of the year. And I know some people were in their feelings. I don't know why, because it was there. Same thing. And Jigba, I hate Ohio State, everything Ohio State, but he is the truth. I can't take nothing from him. Son is nice.
God,
he's
Sam
cooking
Darnold
in the
out here
league.
looking like a star.
Yeah, and there you go.
I mean, he was doing that in Minnesota.
He was doing that in Minnesota a little bit, I guess.
You see glimpses of it for sure, but
this is where the NFL. This is why I'm telling you, this is a week. Do you guys see Drake May as a future Hall of Famer?
I think it's too early for me. Right?
Who said yes?
I did.
Who's that? Juju?
No. I think it's too early.
I think he's a future Hall of Famer.
Oh, where in Madden 27 or because I don't listen. You can't look. Like I said, he's not trash. He's mid. You got to look at what he has done against good teams, and it's not. There's nothing. When I see Drake May, I'll be like, damn, that kid. In fact, Sam Darnold pops out more to me than Drake May when he's there at quarterback. And in the last, and I'm only gonna go from 2000. There's only been 3 quarterbacks that are one is borderline Hall of Famer. The other 2 are not Hall of Famers. And this is how you know, because it's very rare. Most quarterbacks who win the Super Bowl are future Hall of Famers. We're gonna go Matt Hasselbeck. No. Yeah, Hasselback. When Detmer. Who won with the Baltimore Ravens in 01?
Brad Johnson?
The coach. He's a coach now.
Trent Dilfer.
Hasselback. Trent Dilfer. You already know he's a Taco Bell supervisor. The dude won the Super Bowl, right? And then Mays, you set the number 2 guy. Say that again.
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Another trash. And then the third one, who to me, I think he will be a Hall of Famer, is Joe Flacco, right?
What?
So those 3 quarterbacks.
I don't think Joe.
I don't think Flacco.
I'd say he's borderline.
Joe's.
If you say Drake May,
Joe Flacco is a Hall of Famer.
No. Listen.
There's one Super Bowl that separates Joe Flacco from Ben Roethlisberger.
No, I was wrong. Like Joe Flacco is a Hall of Fame pinch hitter.
I think that's a good.
Joe Flacco.
I think Marcus might be right on that.
Had Hall of Fame level playoff runs, I guess, but they didn't make the playoffs.
No, Father Time.
Every year. He had Baltimore in the playoffs. He had Baltimore in the playoffs every year.
So here's the thing. He had the one playoff run where I think, it was Hall of Fame level playoff run. But I don't think like his regular season play, like all of those things combined. Here's the thing though, real quick, because I don't want to lose sight of what we're talking about. Drake May, I think, will be a Hall of Famer. I think he's on the fast track to be a Hall of Famer. Let me say that. I don't, whatever, because this is year 2. He's already in the MVP discussion this year. It's him or like one other person for MVP this year. This is only his second year in the league. Well?
You feel the same way about Joe Burrow?
As far as Sam Darnold's been in this league for damn near a decade.
All I want to do is like pump the brakes because we've seen CJ Stroud have a magnificent year, and then teams got a whole year of film on them, and then he got absolutely destroyed. Injuries, yes, in the offensive line room. But
destroyed is kind of strong too. I mean, they make the playoffs every year too.
No, but you're talking about the Super Bowl, right?
No, I'm not talking about.
We're talking about Hall of Famer, and you need guys. Yeah. It's being a Hall of Famer in any sport is consistency. You have to consistently be good year in and year out. Whether you lose in the playoffs, whether you don't, you have to be. Drake May, we haven't seen shit from him. Right? And I already see someone in the comments and they feeling Miss Abuela, whatever his name is. Bro, Drake May is trash. That's right. Now he's a bum.
Wait, so Phil,
you want to cry? Drake May is a fucking bum. Watch him tomorrow be in a blender.
Oh no, he will tomorrow.
By the way, I don't doubt he's going to be in a blender tomorrow.
He will definitely be in a blender tomorrow. He will for sure be in a blender tomorrow.
So Phil,
you're not even picking Drake May. You're not picking a Hall of Famer.
Phil, do you feel the same way? Do you feel the same way?
That's crazy. No, stand by your guy.
No. He's not my guy though, bro. Y'all are
no. He didn't say it was his guy.
Your man. He's not my guy. No,
he didn't say it was his guy. He's just saying.
Listen.
All right,
this is his second year in the league. Weren't they the number 1 seed? They were the number 1 seed in the AFC, right? If not number 2.
Denver.
Right,
was the one.
Okay, so they were the second seed in the AFC. By the way, they beat Denver. Now, granted, Bo Nix was not there, but so what? They beat the number 1 seed. He's firmly entrenched in the MVP conversation in his second year playing professional football. This team was a dormant team after, Belichick and Brady left. Before Belichick left, by the way, they were dormant and they were a doormat. Now they are not in this dude's only second year. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a Drake May fan. I don't necessarily like Drake May, whatever. However, I can't look at the facts here and say he's a bum. The dude is
listen.
In the league. He's playing in the Super Bowl.
Phil, with this trajectory, then would you say the same? Would you give CJ Stroud the same benefit now that he had the season? He took the Texans.
Yeah, no, I think CJ Stroud is on his way to being a Hall of Fame quarterback.
After a year where he's clearly down, would you say that he's quarterback?
Yeah, I think CJ Stroud is on his way to being a Hall of Fame quarterback too. CJ Stroud has played in the playoffs every year, I believe.
The temperature,
right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Except for what you said, except for 1 year.
No, because we're talking about like
Okay.
having your dominance.
Hold
and
on.
both of them
Hold on,
took-
though. So CJ Stroud played in the playoffs every year he's been in the league. He's dealt with injuries from key positions every year he's been in the league. He has won a playoff game. He beat a dude we're gonna talk about here a little later in a playoff game. I believe on the road, right? They were on the road in Pittsburgh, won that game. No.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing
Right?
or disagreeing. I'm
So
just
what I'm saying is that CJ Stroud so far, and don't get me wrong, things can fall off the, it can fall off the cliff, right? But right now, he is on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Drake May on a Hall of Fame trajectory. This is year 2. The guy's in the Super Bowl, dog. If this was anybody else, we wouldn't be having to parse through this way.
I guess my point is like I feel like it's way too early to even.
It's hard to project.
Yeah, but we just talk about trajectory. I'm just talking about the trajectory, dog. I'm not saying place him in there right now. Don't get his bus ready. That's not what I'm saying.
No, but you love Drake May.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You're the president of his fan club.
Trajectories go. He's on his way.
So
all right. I mean, listen. Like I said, man, it could be. We don't know. I just don't think Drake May is nothing special. If that's the case, Bo Nix, to me, Bo Nix is better than him. And Bo Nix, the same thing. Denver was a doormat before Bo Nix came to Denver. And he wasn't one of these highly rated quarterbacks coming into the league. He was older. He ain't going to be nothing. He had Denver, what's his third year? He already has Denver #1 seed. And if he plays, they beat the Patriots. I'm about 95% sure.
Okay, hold on though. And you might be right about that. I would have picked Denver to beat the Patriots if he played. Yeah. However, this is something that Denver has arguably, and this is arguably the greatest home field advantage in professional football, right? Mile High Stadium, the air is thin, right? Everybody else does it.
So do the Nuggets.
On a mountain,
so do the fucking Nuggets,
right? So cool. They got that to their advantage. He also has a very nasty defense. Like, let's be real. Drake May can afford to go out there and make mistakes. His defense can get him the ball back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I mean, not Drake May. Bo Nix can go out there and make mistakes. His defense can get him the ball back. And by the way, I'm not saying that Drake May's defense is trash either. I'm just saying that there are a lot of significant advantages for Bo Nix playing in Denver right now at this point over other guys. But I digress. I don't want to bog the conversation down.
No, that's your man. Stand beside him. That's your man, Drake May.
Who's my man?
Drake
By the
May.
way, as a Raider fan, I would take every quarterback we just mentioned.
y'all so
Every one of them. Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer, any of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So y'all,
but that's what I'm saying. It's just we normally, and again, let me ask you this: which conference was the tougher conference this year, from top to bottom, the AFC or the NFC? NFC.
NFC.
The NFC had the tougher teams, right? I think if the Rams was in the Super Bowl, I would have picked the Rams to beat the Patriots. I'm being honest.
The Super Bowl.
Again, that's me. They'll have a great chance of beating them. The point is, the AFC was not really a strong conference this year, right? The teams that are normally good were down this year. So it's easy to slip through those cracks when that happens, right? This is why we can say what we want about, what's my son's name from Buffalo?
Allen.
He did choke a lot of times in the playoffs. But the time he had it, he just couldn't do it. They ran out of gas, man.
I want to talk about Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is super overrated.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to disagree.
Gets in these playoffs every year. They look decent. He throws a touchdown, but then he throws an interception, runs for a touchdown, throws a couple touchdowns. Like, whatever, bro. Win the games.
But let me ask you this, though, Maze. Since you brought up Josh Allen and what you just mentioned, can we say the same about Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, listen.
There's
Overrated.
a couple of quarterbacks.
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm not saying Lamar.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Joe Burrow.
People, by the second. How is this show even happening without Johnny being?
Yo, what is happening? What's going
I
on?
don't
With
know.
that?
We're hanging on by a thread here, ladies and gentlemen. But all right, so look, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I don't think Joe Burrow's overrated, by the way. But that's another thing. As far as Josh Allen, though, I think he stole an MVP last year. Lamar Jackson's numbers were insane, bro. It's just that people get like this fatigue from certain players, I believe, and they might have had some Lamar Jackson fatigue, even though he had just won one MVP, but whatever, whatever.
No, do y'all,
And
y'all
people
feel like they
felt
should
like
hold
it was
off on
Josh
that?
Allen's time too, and that's okay. Narratives, do run like these awards a lot of the time, so I'm not too mad at it. But I am mad at the fact that Josh Allen is looked at as like this superhero who's done absolutely nothing. He's not even Jim Kelly in Buffalo. At least Jim Kelly was getting those Buffalo teams to Super Bowls. This dude ain't even doing that. And, nobody calls him out for it. He's losing in the playoff year after year.
It's because he's your prototypical quarterback. Like size, everything, arm.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not like he's terrible.
No, he's not. He's not.
I compare him to Drake May. Like he's like your prototypical, like you want that type of quarterback. The size, quarterback. He's your prototypical quarterback.
But I agree with Mays, right? With the Josh Allen, right? To a certain extent. I think when the playoffs come, I think he's elite in the regular season. He's elite. He's an elite quarterback in the regular season. But money, you earn your money in the playoffs, right? They build statues of you based on what you do in the postseason. Josh Allen is not getting any statues built unless he wins the Super Bowl with Buffalo, right? Not saying it can't happen, not saying it won't happen. I think it won't. So in the playoffs, I watch him closely. He does have some good performances. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he just totally, but there were opportunities where the game fell on his shoulder and he choked. So I agree. I think he's a choke artist, overrated. Now, I know Mays, you came up with something. You said overrated doesn't necessarily mean you're not good, right? So I need you to elaborate on that.
Yeah. So when we were talking before we, did the show, talking about doing this show, my guy Maniac said that he thinks Aaron Rodgers is overrated, which will
no, Johnny.
Yeah, I said that, and I stand by it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's next.
Aaron Rodgers is overrated, right? And
I kind of agree.
What I said is that, I'm not too far off on that, because I do believe you can be overrated, still be great even, and be overrated. Yeah. Like for me, I gave an analogy of Biggie, right? I think Biggie is a great rapper, but he's overrated in my opinion.
Right,
like,
he's not better than Drake.
Who think Biggie is the GOAT. There's no way. There are people who think Biggie is top 2. No way. Top 5 even. For me, he's not.
Yeah,
but
that's another. But Maze, that's another conversation.
Yeah.
we'll get it crazy.
Bro, I ain't even go into this music shit. I'll shut this shit down, bro.
He's not who people think he is. That's what I'm saying.
I will shut this
I agree. Okay,
and everything.
And I think the same can be said for Aaron Rodgers.
So let me ask. Hold on. Let me ask the pen. Who are your top 3 NFL quarterbacks right now? Who's your top 3?
Patty got to be up there.
Who?
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Of course. Yeah.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy is bottom 3.
He's number 1. Juju. He's number 1.
We said top 3, not bottom 3.
No JJ slander.
No,
hey, hold on. JJ's a different discussion. JJ's a different discussion, but if we're talking about 9, he's top 3. He's top 3. 9 is top 3.
Yeah, 9 top 3.
All right, so all right, Mahomes is 1. I think that's just a unanimous. Mahomes number 1. Who's number 2?
Burrow.
Where do you put
Burrow?
Is he?
Burrow.
Lamar?
Bro,
Lamar?
hold on. At some point, we have to put respect on Sam Darnold, bro. He's done it back-to-back
Oh
years.
hell no!
We ain't
Not
gotta
that
put him
dumb.
top
team.
3. We're top
No
2.
respect.
Not
He
that
only
team.
isn't even,
Bro,
he's only even
what
being
is,
acknowledged right now because of
Listen.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Okay,
he get it in
Top 3
Minnesota.
respect is crazy.
nah, fuck all that shit.
He get
Listen,
it in Minnesota.
Hey, what about
Jackson
Stafford and
Smith.
Jigba made that man?
I think
Yo, I do gotta
Stafford.
put some,
Oh
Stafford
my
gotta
God,
be
we're
top-
not doing that,
Stafford
bro.
top 3.
He was doing it in Minnesota.
Stafford is
top
a beast.
3.
Hey, hold on.
Stafford
If that's
top
the case,
He's
if
a
that's the
beast.
case, Josh, if that's the case, Nico Collins made C.J. Stroud.
Hey, yeah.
What are we
Let's
doing
talk
right
about
now?
it. Let's
Josh,
talk about it.
in your face.
What are we doing?
In your face.
What happens
Stand up.
when Nico goes out?
Nico in a better line would absolutely help CJ Stroud right now. I'm not
But he
gonna argue
does now.
What a
I'm not gonna
politician
argue that.
answer.
I can't argue that.
All right. So
But-
I didn't hear number
I
2.
digress. It's top 3.
All right,
Top
all
3.
right, I'm
I
gonna
don't
move
think Sam
Burrow from
Darnold's
my
top
top
3.
3 and put Stafford in, and also Lamar Jackson.
Stafford top 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Stafford.
Bro,
Wait, are we
Stafford
talking
is a
about?
dog.
Are we talking about?
Yeah,
Are we talking about right now or like the projection, like going?
No,
in?
right now,
Right
as we
now,
speak.
right now.
I mean, Stafford's got to be top 3. He just won MVP.
Yeah.
I agree. So, all
Stop
right, look.
hating,
All
Josh.
right, so look.
I'm
we
just
could
thinking
go-
about it. That's all.
So,
Let's go. Go ahead.
no, I'm looking right. I'm trying to see the NFC East. You got Hurts. You got JT Daniels.
Hurts is
You
garbage.
have
Jalen's terrible.
who's the Giants quarterback name? What's his name from Ole Miss?
Dart.
Jackson
Oh,
Dart.
I like him.
Jackson Dart. And who's the 4th team? Philly, Washington, and
Cowboys. You got
the Cowboys, and of course, Dak Prescott. Now, see, someone like Prescott, again, he's a fucking Hall of Fame regular season quarterback. After that, he disappear like fucking
No, I agree.
Copperfield. He's a magic
agree.
trick in the playoffs.
I agree. Like he does disappear, but
Boy,
this
Matt
year
Cobb.
specifically, I don't think was on Dak at all. Their defense was like historically bad.
I mean,
But the
when
grand
in the-
total, I agree. Like your grand point of like choking in the playoffs, I agree with that. But like this year, bro, the offense was like rated first, like throughout the whole year, damn near.
So Mahomes, Stafford, Lamar
Yes.
Jackson. Anyone disagrees?
We really
With
put
Mahomes?
top 3 after this season. I
Yes,
he didn't
you're
have a top 3
absolutely putting
season.
Mahomes top
He's
3
the best
after the
quarterback in
season.
football, though, bro.
Who said
Right.
Mahomes is not top 3? You need your sports car revoked, Playboy. Yeah. Look,
One down year doesn't turn you into not being a top 3 coach.
Fact.
He's got too
It's
much.
gonna
Like, he's
happen.
not a
You
young
might-
player.
Start stacking them,
Bro,
though.
before
then
this
we gotta
year,
re-
before
gotta
this year, this is why y'all got to
slide.
put extra respect on this man's name.
Yeah.
Before this year, he has not played in anything less than the AFC Championship game.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
every year he's been a starter, they getting at least there.
But it's like
Yeah,
it's insane because
Yeah.
he fell right into like glory. Him and Andy Reid. Not enough people give Andy Reid credit. Patrick Mahomes is great, but Andy Reid is like that is a marriage. Like the things that he was able to do, especially early in his career, the freedom in which he operated, in large part to Andy Reid in the system that is
No,
put.
and that's a good point, Juju, because it's similar. People forget when Tim Duncan was drafted by the Spurs were an elite team. They were decimated by injury and they felt their record was atrocious. And then they got Tim Duncan and these players got healthy. With Popovich, it was a wrap, bro. He just fell in their lap and it's just a great, Tim Duncan is Tim Duncan. So Mahomes, he just got to Kansas City and they was just like peanut butter and jelly, man. Andy Reid and Mahomes. And you see what they do. This is their first year. They didn't even make the playoffs, but I wouldn't count them out yet. Mahomes might win one more before it's all said and done. He's been to 4 straight Super Bowls? Or it was 3?
Something like that.
I think it was 4 straight, but he could have
Super
won the
Bowl?
third straight
Super
last
Bowl,
year.
Yeah.
Super Bowls. It was 3 straight. I mean,
He
He had
look,
the chance to win 3 straight, right?
they beat us. They beat the
Yeah.
49ers. Then they lost to Tampa Bay. Then they beat us again, the 49ers. And then they got cooked by Philly last year.
Yeah.
Or I might be a year off. Somebody
you're
in
off. You
between.
missed a year in there somewhere.
Yeah,
but
someone,
either
I
way,
think 1 year another team
Yeah.
went. You right.
The Bengals went. The Bengals went.
The Bengals that year. The Bengals
It was
played
Bengals
the
versus the
Rams.
Rams.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Bengals is crazy.
Yeah,
First of
yeah.
all, don't disrespect the team. Don't disrespect the
That's
squad.
your team,
I
Marcus?
When I was watching, yeah, Cincinnati. That's why I was throwing out the Joe Burrow stuff, because how you was laying out them parameters, it was kind of sounding very familiar. You know, elite weapons, bunch of stats in the regular season. Obviously, he's had a lot worse offensive line troubles than any of these guys that we're talking about. And defense has been atrocious up there. I really don't. They're not
Hey.
spending their money on anything other than weapons. But
The
They
defense
don't
is
spend money
it's
period
bad.
in Cincinnati.
The defense is bad, but shout out to Dax Hill and Juan Drago. They had great season this year. Actually, Michigan was basically DBU this year.
Who's that? DJ Turner?
DJ Turner, yeah, Juan
Yo, bro.
Drago, bro.
Don't bring him up around Mays.
I can't believe
It brings us back to
bro.
TCU, and then we get angry. Very
I watched
angry.
I watched this dude for like 3 years in college. Never knew this motherfucker's name was Juan Drago, bro.
Bro, he was Juju. No, you're right. Bro, listen, DJ Turner, I didn't know he was going to be that good in college. But, bro, the biggest game that we needed him, bro, he was bro, wow. That why he's diving for shoelaces the whole game.
And then went to the
he ran
combine
fast
and
at the
ran
combine.
like
Yeah, didn't he?
4.2,
Fucking, he
bro.
ran like 4.29 or
Four
something.
Turner, bro.
The dude was, bro, he was a speed demon.
That was a horrible.
It doesn't
angle.
matter how fast
It
you
was
are.
beyond
If
me.
you take a bad angle, it
Bad
doesn't matter
angle.
how fast you are.
Right.
That just lets you know that track time takes you so much because that motherfucker was getting burnt more times than I know. He was a good corner.
I don't know if he was
He
getting
was a good
burnt.
corner. He was a good
He
corner.
wasn't
He was a
getting
good corner.
burnt like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he was
Deep,
getting burnt.
deep.
He would
Yes,
get beat,
bro.
but I don't know if he'd get burnt.
Okay,
Who was
let me
getting
rephrase
burnt?
it. He would get beat deep a good amount. Like I'm watching on my screen, and he's getting beat a good amount. He wouldn't give up a lot of touchdowns, but he would, bro. That motherfucker would give up a ball over the top, bro.
He would.
Oh, yeah,
but
DJ, he
had
would.
trouble playing the ball
He
when
would.
when Klink was around for some reason.
All right.
That was when
So-
we had
Go ahead.
Jamon Green playing outside.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Jamon
Mister,
Green
I won't
days.
find the ball.
Holy
I won't find the
fuck.
ball.
He'll be right
You know what?
there. I mean, the ball
Yo,
be right.
Yo,
on
that
the
brings.
floor.
Speaking of Green, brings me back to the Georgia game.
Bro.
Yeah.
Everyone want to complain about our corners this year, which in reality was our safeties, but nobody gonna remember the days of Vincent Gray, the days of Jamon
Oh my
Green.
God! Don't talk about
Holy
Vincent
shit!
Hold on,
Vincent
let's
Gray was
go
awful.
down that rabbit hole.
All right. So
Let's
look,
not go- let's-
we don't want to get off course here. So
No, but real quick.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Real quick, Maniac. Go in, Marcus, and bring up your topic that you wanted to do because I know Josh on the time.
Oh yeah. Put the gloves on. Ding, 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 ding.
For sure. All right, so this is part of our hot take segment. I don't really know if this take is that all that hot. To be honest with you,
Extremely hot.
I don't think it's that hot. I think. How do I even want to phrase it?
Phrase it how you phrase it in the group chat.
Well, I phrased it two ways. We can either take this that CJ Stroud is Ohio State's great hope at proving that they actually develop NFL quarterbacks.
That's not
That's
what
not a
I
hot
heard.
take at all.
Or we can look at it holistically over like the last 30 years, and we can be like, well, what like we can just look at the graveyard of quarterbacks that there is, from Belisari all the way up to
That's
now
what
Stroud.
you want to say,
I
first
mean,
of all. But what you said was CJ Stroud is Ohio State's last chance.
hope. Yeah.
And no, why? How?
Why you talking about himself?
Explain that
Well,
specifically.
well,
Whoa,
because
Marcus,
I happen to
Marcus.
think-
Garrison reposted.
Marcus, haven't you heard about this? Is so disrespectful. So don't ever paint me in this light. So disrespectful to the GOAT. Haven't you heard that OSU's current quarterback is Baby Breeze?
Okay, well, I don't have time. For that.
That's crazy.
I don't have time for that.
And by the way,
Their
He doesn't
current
know.
quarterback is
He
Julian
doesn't
Saint,
know.
Heisman finalist in his first year.
He's trying to say
I'll
he's the next Drew Brees.
I get what he's trying to say, but he's Julian Saint.
No. That wasn't from my mouth. It was mainly from
Right.
Garrison. But continue.
Why?
Oh boy. Yikes.
Why?
No.
From whose mouth? Why?
He
Why?
posted the stream.
The reason why I said Stroud is the hope is because I think he's the best that y'all have put out there. I think he's better than Fields. I think he's better than Haskins. I think
Yes.
he's better than Cardale Jones, obviously better than JT Barrett and Smith and Pryor and all the ones before who failed to get to a second contract with the team that drafted them. So I'm putting it all on Stroud, being that he is the best version of what you have offered up to the NFL. And it has looked good so far until this playoff season, right? Obviously, things kind of went off the rails a bit. That's why I put it in like that. So what do you say, Josh?
Okay, so first, the reason why I said it was a scorching hot take, extremely hot take, is because what you said specifically is that he's the last chance.
Right.
Ohio State has another quarterback since CJ Stroud that's in the league as well. So very literally not the last. Will Howard. Will Howard.
Will Howard ain't getting
No. You mean he
just stuck to CJ, bro.
You can't say anything about Will Howard because Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round.
Okay.
Who thought he was going to become Tom Brady?
Don't ever bring him up in the same way.
Now you expecting Will Howard to have a career?
Hold on.
You don't know where the next greatness is going to come from.
Wait. Okay, so my question is, if we're talking about developed quarterbacks through the college, y'all didn't develop Will.
So then, did we develop Joe Burrow?
No.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. You either give us Joe Burrow or we take Will Howard. It's one.
No.
Wait. You're comparing two completely different things. How many? Hold on. How many years did he?
Joe Burrow was with Ohio State for how long?
How long?
2 years. 2 years.
No, he was there for 3.
No, he was there for 2. He spent 2.
Actually, I think he was there for even longer than that.
No, he played 2 years with LSU.
For 2 years.
2 years with y'all and 2. Listen, first of all, y'all dropped right a program like yours, which historically is great. Joe Burrow and my man Williams, they went to Alabama. What happened? How you let these guys go, and these guys end up being great at another school?
I just think it's a little bit different because, like, Will Howard was he in his 4th year and 5th year when he came to?
He was like on his 15th year.
So he was already the developed quarterback. He was just in a better system.
That dude qualified for Social Security.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are the parameters?
It's not that much different between Will Howard and Joe Burrow.
Damn, if you
there may be
Howard,
a year difference. There may be a year difference. Maybe.
If you think Will Howard is saving you out of this argument,
no.
Have Will Howard.
You said last take. You said the last chance.
Because I'm looking at it like this. I'm looking at it like this. I will give you 30 years of quarterback play, Ohio State quarterback play in NFL. And I don't think you can give me a guy that outproduced Chad Henne, let alone Tom Brady. So when I say last chance, I mean you've had so many opportunities to the point where now if the best you have doesn't produce, when do we start addressing that? When do we start addressing the fact that we can't get a quarterback?
Michigan fans have always been addressing it. That's always been a thing.
Well, I don't
act like you never made that argument.
Let it just be us. Let's start the national conversation about the lack of productivity.
First of all, we're putting first-round quarterbacks into the league at a higher rate than Michigan right now.
Than anybody, really. And that's the most telling part of it, right? You have so much data to go off of, and it's just like,
but they just got into the league.
I was a Troy Smith fan. I was actually rooting for Troy Smith when he was in the league. Some of these guys I actually wanted to perform well, but it is just I think Michigan gets the reputation that Ohio State deserves in terms of quarterback development.
Yeah. And you know what, Josh, and I don't want to make this about Michigan, Ohio State. Sure. And the reason why I agree with Marcus is that historically, you guys have had elite quarterbacks in college. Yes. Michigan, not so much. Elite. So you figure, okay, Oregon has done it. Mariota, he had a decent career when he was in the league. Better than Justin Fields. That's for sure.
He's also
Right.
went to better teams than
And
Justin
then
Fields.
they had Justin Herbert
Okay,
From-
I guess there's another
From
from
question.
the. I'm just saying these programs, Oklahoma. You guys have been better than them. Y'all have recruited quarterbacks just as good. But why is it that these programs have multiple quarterbacks who have had success in the NFL?
But are we
Right? I'm
adding
just
on
saying,
to that?
and that's it's a legitimate. And again, we're talking about you guys having elite quarterbacks, right? You don't see schools with elite quarterbacks, and then they quarterbacks go to the league and they cacadoodle. Maybe one or two it happens. I'm not saying every quarterback y'all get has to be good in the league. Nah, it don't work like that because no program could do that. But you would figure by now, right? The most winning percentage team in the history of college football. Y'all don't see 3 lost seasons, brother. So that means to win, you need a good quarterback to win in any level of football. And y'all have had that. So the fact that Marcus is mentioning that, he's right, bro. Like, it's CJ Stroud, and I think he's good. I don't know. I think he's not trash. He's not elite. He's like, it could go either way with him. He's a good quarterback. He's a very good quarterback. I can't take that from CJ, but I don't know if he's going to be a top 10 quarterback when it's all said and done.
If you give him the line and the weapons around him, he
Wait, come
performs.
on, Josh. If you give me $1 million, you give me $20 million,
Does he not
I have a
perform? Does he
Ferrari,
not
I have a
perform?
mansion. It
Hold
don't
on,
work like
Does
that.
he not
Are we
perform?
adding?
I'm
are
not
we
saying he
adding
didn't
this
have an
shit?
atrocious year this year. He did. He very clearly had an atrocious postseason. But we're not going to act like he hasn't performed for his entire career.
He's
up to
good.
that point.
No,
Of course.
no
Hold-
one.
He's a
Hold
No
on,
beast.
one's
John.
saying he has
You brought up
underperformed.
situation. You brought up situation. So, are we gonna use that? That could be the case for every single guy come out of college, like, because I do believe there's truth in that. Situations, I think organizations fail players.
Yeah,
I think that's really, really valid. So with all these first round talent, how many times do you get this? Do we get to say the situations?
Why
I
is
think
it? You
the
see,
more
Yeah,
we
he ain't
continue
at
to put
OSU no
quarterbacks.
more.
What's happening?
He's not at Ohio
Say that
State
again,
anymore
Johnny?
with all that talent around him.
Granted,
There's a difference.
you're talking like
Well,
this is coming
they're
from
also
someone.
first round quarterbacks going to shit teams, right? And
Right.
they're expected to take that team to the playoffs and more, right?
all right.
That's
But I'm
not
just
expected
asking.
for
I'm just
every.
asking what the parameter is, because I mean, you're this is coming from someone who believes that development doesn't stop at the college level. Who believes that what you do in college is like not vindicative or completely like tied to what you're gonna do in the NFL, because the development to me never stops. And I've always disliked the argument like you can't develop this and that, because I'm in the realm of, hey, like, they still get developed and situations do fail these kids, and organizations are really dumb, aka the Browns. Like, they really do fail careers. So I guess I'm just asking, like, vaguely, what is the parameter? Is it situation?
Well,
Is it
in
just
this
not
day and
panning
age,
out?
in this day and age, you don't get you ain't finna get all that time. You're very lucky if you do get a year or two or maybe even 3 to sit on the bench, learn, develop, understand the NFL game more. Now, even Brady was talking about this. Get out there and play. We paying you.
Yeah.
Come out and produce. So
Right, yeah.
that's just what it is now for the most part.
So, all right. With that being said, Josh, you mentioned that a perfect example is my man from the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young. Right? He went into a horrible Carolina team, and look, after what, 2 years, 3 years, they was a playoff team. They beat some good teams. So you got to understand, we can't always just use that. Oh, if he had, because in college, yes, he had 5-star linemen blocking for him. He was handing it off to 5-star running back and throwing to 3 receivers that were all 5 stars. Yeah, that shit is gonna look pretty. But that's what separates. See, that's what, like Juju said. This is why development doesn't stop at the college level, right? Now you got to go to the league and you got to get better. You got to say, okay, you're going to go to a shitty team. You're right, Josh. All these big-time quarterbacks go to shitty teams. But that's not the excuse. If you're good, it's going to show. You know when a guy is good. And you know when, like, okay, he's probably going to be one. Not all the time, but majority of the time, I think we've been watching football for a long time, and we can see that.
There's truth in that, though.
Not
Go ahead,
so
John.
I don't disagree with Marcus's take.
Yeah.
I don't fully disagree with it. First of all, the point that I disagree with the most is that it's the last chance. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, because saying is going to the CFL.
We're going to continue putting quarterbacks into the NFL, and we're going to have
keep laying these bricks, baby.
franchises.
We gonna stack them sky high.
Now, anyway, and CJ Stroud is one of them ones. We all know this. Now, second thing, I had a counterpoint.
Okay.
Which is completely separate, but it kind of relates a little bit. First of all, quarterback is not your bread and butter at Michigan.
No, I didn't say it was. Yeah.
I'm just making
You're
sure.
right. No, facts. Listen, you know me. You're right.
Honestly, it's not our bread and butter at Ohio State. We all know what our bread and butter at Ohio State is. It's putting first round talent at wide receiver into the NFL. And we have succeeded tremendously at that. In fact, the best receiver in the league right now is Jackson Smith-Njigba. I want to reiterate that. Now, if I looked at Michigan and what their bread and butter is, it's running and defense, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I can't debate that y'all don't put great players into the league, from Charles Woodson to Aiden Hutchinson. Very clearly on the defensive side, Michigan's really good at putting defensive players into the NFL. However, when it comes to running backs, Ohio State is kicking you guys' ass at putting running backs, successful running backs, into the league.
Okay.
And historically and currently, Travion Henderson is doing better than the 4-5 Michigan running backs in the NFL currently.
Well, so hold on.
Blake Corum is behind Kyron Williams, who is better than
He's got like 200 yards more than Blake Corum.
All right, and
Corum, but Blake is behind Kyron, who is better than all the backs.
Travion Henderson is behind somebody.
He's not starting. Where you getting all these stats from?
And remember, New England is more of a run heavy. New England is more of a run heavy team than the Rams are. The Rams is a more open it up kind of team.
I agree. Like styles do matter. Travion, to his point, I think he's been great, and I do think he deserves the carries. Just like I think Blake is gonna start getting more carries from Kyron. So I think situations do matter. I think Mike Vrabel, he's a run first guy, and just look at McVay. That's not the case. I mean, he threw for almost 5,000 fucking yards.
They throw the ball at St. Louis throws the ball, bro. It is what it is.
But taking nothing away, your point though, I agree with, like, your grand scheme, like your point of currently and historically.
I'm waiting for the Michigan Zeke.
I mean, there's
Eddie
no
George.
real retort to that.
J.K.
honestly.
Dobbins even.
Hold on. Do you give Michigan credit for Zach Charbonnet?
No.
They
You cannot claim Joe Burrow because he actually played and produced for Michigan.
He ran for 1,000 yards as a freshman.
You can't claim Joe Burrow if you don't give him.
If we can't get
I'm not claiming Joe Burrow for what it was worth. I was claiming Will Howard.
Okay. Yeah, if you play and produced at a high level, I feel like you can claim.
I just think, I think. Look, you can, but to me, I get better. You transfer for the team I root for. It's not fuck you, but you're drafted by that school. It is what it is. You know, same thing, right? Now, Alabama, that's a good argument with Jalen Hurts, right? He won a national championship as their quarterback, but then he went to Oklahoma and he took them to the playoffs, but he was drafted as a Sooner. So who gets the credit? Bama or Oklahoma?
Well,
I guess you share it.
Here's the thing. Even if I gave y'all Zach Charbonnet, my point still rests.
Yeah.
Because Travion is still listen, Josh, Charbonnet.
That I give ya. We can't debate that.
Statement or a debate?
What's the debate?
That's what I'm saying. Like that was just a statement.
We're not debating.
No, it was a hot take.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think it's just fact. I think it's just fact.
What are we doing, bro?
He gave a hot take. I gave a hot take in counter to that.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's just a fact, though.
I
Right.
know it's a fact. It's a
I'll
fact.
take that.
So we
Okay,
gonna,
Yeah.
as long as
we'll
you
give
acknowledge
you
it as
that,
a fact,
Josh.
I'm cool.
We'll concede it.
All right. So
We
what
can
was
see. I'm finna go to my take, my hot take, and this ain't a hot take to me. This guy right here, Aaron Rodgers, is the most overrated, and since he's almost retired, the hype has come back down to earth where it's like, all right, we see it's time for him to retire. But 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, oh my God, the hype around him. He's the greatest thrower of the football ever. He's the greatest this and that. Meanwhile, he's at home every playoff, first round, second round, while Tom Brady is winning Super Bowls. Meanwhile, you got Aaron Rodgers choking, one of the biggest choke jobs I ever seen against Seattle. Super choke job. Have the lead and just play after play. Like it was such a beautiful meltdown to watch him lose because he's overrated. He's been to one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, one Super
Been
Bowl.
to two, right?
He's been to
He
two.
won one. He been to two.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he
I guess
lost
my
one.
I guess my
He
my
lost one.
question
He lost
is-
to the Steelers.
I don't want
But
to get this
your
like
point
No,
still
this
he beat-
stands.
No,
division.
no, he
got
beat
one.
the Steelers.
He beat the
He
Steelers.
beat the Steelers.
Wait.
He's
So
been
so
to
Johnny,
one Super Bowl.
No, only one Super Bowl. One Super Bowl.
That's what
so
I'm
Johnny,
saying.
let me
He's been to
Yes.
before before we
That's
go
what.
Yeah.
before we
Hold
go
on,
on this topic,
hold on.
Johnny, I want to make it clear on what you're saying. Are we talking in terms of like career
All-time
overrated?
greats now.
Okay,
We're talking all-time
that's what
greats.
are we talking about the talent that he is or the career?
No, we're talking the career. He's an
Okay.
all-time great,
Okay.
best thrower. He's this and that. We're talking GOAT debates type stuff.
I have an argument.
Rings matter now.
No.
I have an argument, and I'm going to get out of here.
Go ahead,
I
Josh.
would argue that his predecessor, Brett Favre, is the most overrated quarterback ever.
I'll get ready to say he's Brett Favre reincarnated. That's
Pick
who-
machine.
I think Brett's
Hold
better
on.
than him.
Hold on. Because Aaron Rodgers' arm talent is not even like Brett Favre isn't in the same conversation as him.
Yeah.
Where's arm talent? Wait, what talent of the arm? Because I don't think Rodgers can put the ball in terms of distance anywhere near Brett Favre.
Right.
No, that's just gunslinger. That's just him throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But in terms of mechanics, in terms of putting the ball in the pocket,
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean,
Yeah. He's more
bro,
technically.
Brett Favre had
it's
the
like-
most interceptions in that.
Bro,
history.
Marcus,
ever, but
it's like
he had the most powerful arm in the NFL history.
It-
Too.
it's-
That's why
it's
he got
like-
the most chances.
all right. I think Aaron Rodgers' style and Brett Favre. I'm gonna put it in boxing terms. Aaron Rodgers is like Shakur, right? Technically sound. He's an assassin with that ball, right? He know he's gonna get it in there. Brett Favre is like those Mexican fighters that come out just swinging, right? Because when you look at them, right? They're Aaron Rodgers to me definitely clears Favre. But Favre, listen, he's a winner, and you got to see where he came from. He wasn't highly he played for Southern Miss. The dude was a low draft pick. He was a bench warmer at the Atlanta Falcons. He went to the Packers, got with Mike Holmgren, and bro, he reinvented himself. So sometimes these guys are gems, but they just need the system or the court or the right coach to get it out of them. And I think Brett Favre, with the talent he had, they got the most out of him.
That's what I'm saying. Situations matter. But if we're talking,
Yes.
that's why I said, is it the talent? Is it career? Because I think
We're
talent.
we're not talking about talent.
Career.
People love to
Career.
talk about
All right.
talent
So
try
Yeah,
to save
but that's what
him.
I'm saying. Situations matter. Then,
No. It's not about talent. We ain't saving him. We talking about wins.
No.
We talking about winning
Wins and losses.
championships, NFC championships. That's
Hey,
what
Johnny,
we
I'm
talking about.
not. I don't know, bro. Far. You know where I'm one guy on. That's Drew
First-
Brees. But Aaron Rodgers, I do agree. Like to a certain extent, I think that shit is overrated.
yeah, he does. Look, I think so. I partially agree. I wouldn't say. I just say he was a choke artist, right? He did get over the hump 1 year, and that 1 year, it was so great. And I'm going to tell you why. They needed to beat Chicago the last game of the season, right? They beat Chicago. They get to the playoffs. They have to go on the road 3 straight weeks. They went into Philly, beat Michael Vick. They went into Atlanta. They were the number 1 seed that year. Matt Ryan, they beat the Falcons. Then they had the rematch with the Chicago Bears in the NFC Championship in Soldier Field. Beat them. And then they play against probably the number 1 blue blood, arguably, in NFL history, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he beats them. And he's the reason the throws he made in those games were amazing. But now your career is not just on 1 year. So I do get that. It's like I said it consistently. He was consistently great, but he did not win consistently at the big stage. That was Aaron Rodgers' biggest flaw. Because, of course, bang, bang, 9 again. We knock him out the playoffs like 3-4 times in his career.
Right, because if we're doing career, then like actively speaking right now, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are 2 of the most overrated then too.
But we said that.
In terms of winning.
Maze brought that up. We brought that up. So
That's what came up. Yeah.
we keeping it consistent. You see, we consistent.
I think Brett Favre is greater than Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Right, Aaron Rodgers' stats might be better, and they are better, right? Like,
yeah,
he's in a more of a passing era.
He don't have no moments for real. Like Brett Favre had moments. He played in more than 1 Super Bowl. In fact, he went to back-to-back Super Bowls. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not a Brett Favre fan, especially like as a human being. I think he's a piece of shit.
I hate the Packers in general.
In terms of like just football. Like he was greater than Aaron Rodgers is, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people get enamored by like Aaron Rodgers being able to, manipulate the pocket and throw off platform throws and stuff like that. And all of that is good and sweet. But if it's not producing wins, if it's not getting your team to the Super Bowl and beyond, then what's it for? You just out here looking good. You look good in your uniform. Great. But so what?
Looking good, throwing Hail Marys and stuff.
Here's the counterpoint to all of that, M3. Fuck Brett Favre. Fuck him for everything he did to Mississippi. He's a pick machine, and fuck him, he's overrated. And that's what I'm saying. I'm dropping the mic on that. I'm out. Peace out.
Yeah. Peace. Feelings.
Drop the mic on a non-football topic.
Feelings over facts, baby.
Just shit on him as a human.
You heard? Today is feelings over facts. We don't care about facts. We in our feelings.
He said,
"No, look, all right. Look, if you got, it's tough, bro. It's debatable because I just mentioned that was in a historic run by Aaron Rodgers. Why he did when Green Bay won the Super Bowl, they were the number 1 seed. Everybody had to come to Lambeau Field. The 49ers, they cooked us, and then they beat the Carolina Panthers.
Like that's why you have these that's why the NFL regular season is so important. He had to earn that number 1 seed. By the way, DJ or whoever, Manuela saying Brett Favre is better as well. I'm not saying Brett Favre is better. I said he's greater. It's a difference, bro. Y'all need to understand the difference, dog. Like to me, Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady. Tom Brady is by far the GOAT. Greater than Peyton Manning.
That one lost me.
Nah, bro.
I get why he's saying though.
These joints mean something, bro. First of all, there might not be a regular season quarterback better than Peyton Manning.
That's true.
You talking about regular season quarterback?
Right.
Yeah.
Whole time y'all talking about people choking in the playoffs.
These playoffs are what makes these players great. Tom Brady won in the playoffs. By the way, even though he has a losing record to Peyton Manning in the playoffs, but nobody wants to talk about that.
He also has a losing record to Drew Brees.
That Tom Brady is the greater player. He has 7 Super Bowls. He's great. He's greater than Peyton Manning is. However, in those Peyton Manning had like 49 touchdowns sat out like the last 2 games 1 year. Like I'm just saying. Peyton Manning in the regular season was different than Peyton Manning in the playoffs for a very long time.
He was. He was considered almost a choke. He couldn't get past the Patriots defense.
Right. As biased as I am, being with New Orleans, like they were supposed to win that Super Bowl.
Yes. Right. Yes. I remember that. That was a good Super Bowl. Hell of a Super Bowl. Onside
kick. Mine ain't on front. The coming out of halftime onside kick was genius.
Sean Payton's a good. No one ever convinced me saying I know the whole bounty thing. Whatever people can talk about what they want, but Sean Payton is one of the best coaches in the NFL, and he turned the Broncos around. sad that he's gone from New Orleans.
DJ said Peyton was throwing to Harrison and Wayne. We about to act like Harrison and Wayne are. You know what? I'm not even going to get into this.
No, it's look. No. This is what it is for.
No. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but I'm also saying what I am saying is that the two
Dallas Clark.
This dude was throwing to a small forward, a power forward that was moonlighting as an NFL tight end.
Who?
In Gronk, right? He also had his best statistical year with a guy who's arguably the second greatest wide receiver of all time. Yeah. So like let's pump the brakes, bro. Both of them had advantages. By the way, Tom Brady never won a Super Bowl without a top 10 defense. Like I think we need to chill out, bro.
And he's
really do the work, or don't just come up here because Tom Brady's your favorite player.
No. But Tom Brady's never won a Super Bowl with an elite receiver.
No, he had Gronk.
Gronk is a tight end. That's talking about receiver.
Nah, bro, we not about to do that, bro.
But all right, so Peyton Manning. But okay, so Peyton Manning. Hold on. If you look at Tom Brady's first 5-7 years, bro, he's throwing to Troy Brown. Who's Troy Brown?
Yeah. Hold on. Maybe pause. Maybe you get too excited, bro. He was throwing to Troy Brown, and the numbers say he was throwing to niggas like Troy Brown. He was trash,
and he winning Super Bowls throwing to these guys. While Peyton Manning had future.
I thought he had win the games.
He had Reggie Wayne. No, I'm just saying.
When Phil starts to step out his body, bro.
Maze, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong about Peyton and Brady. That's very debatable. But what I'm saying is Peyton always had better offensive weapons than Tom Brady until later on. So Brady got more. So no.
Bro, listen.
You had Edgerrin James. He had Edgerrin James. He had Dallas Clark. He had Reggie Wayne. He had Marvin Harrison. He had Stokely. Come on, bro. He had a score.
He was Stokely when he wasn't with Peyton Manning.
Stokely was elite in the slot. He was elite in the slot.
My man that went to the greatest show on turf.
Oh my God.
No,
bro, we not about
to. Look,
by the way, Moose, he had more than 1 year. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. Do you even know?
He got hurt
2 years. Did you watch football with Amendola and the dude from Kent? I forgot his name.
Brady got hurt with the first game.
Like, all these people in the chat got opinions, dog, and don't even be knowing what they talking about, bro. And I'm not even necessarily calling out Moose for this because it's more than Moose. But know what you talking about, bro. Marvin Harrison probably was the only elite. I'm talking Hall of Fame elite receiver team man.
Reggie Wayne not in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Reggie Wayne going to the Hall of Fame if he's not there. Dallas Clark wasn't one of the best tight ends when he was in the NFL.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys were made to look better than they were.
Yeah, but these guys were still. The point is, look,
Marshall Faulk was, he was there his rookie year.
Yeah, he didn't play long with the
Peyton was getting dunked on his melon, by the way.
No, but he had Edgerrin James, and Edgerrin James was a two-headed monster. He could kill you out the backfield, receiving, and he could run. Like Indianapolis had elite offenses.
By the way, I want y'all to know something. Edge was nice. By the way, he was gone when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a good. They finally got, but who is still there? The receivers.
I mean, all right.
And Adai, they had Joseph Adai, and of course, who they had as their kicker?
Vinatieri.
The GOAT. They stole him from New England, and he's the reason they beat the Ravens in the divisional round.
Bro, Vinatieri. But if we keeping it real, if we gonna keep it real, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Vinatieri.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
We doing it. We going here.
I know exactly where he's going. I know exactly where he's going.
Is the reason Tom Brady is who he is today. If Vinatieri don't kick the damn field goal in the snow against the Raiders, which by the way they cheated. They cheated.
They did though.
They don't make that That's no
I
field
give
goal.
you that.
Tom Brady's ass going back to the bench, and Drew Bledsoe is the quarterback again.
Okay.
I mean, yo, bro. That's probably gonna be the biggest what if in sports history. What if they don't
900
call that
receptions and
the Raiders go
10,000
on to
yards?
win?
Yeah, dog.
That was crazy, bro. That
That's
was
elite.
dirty. That was dirty.
Yeah,
I'll
both
give you
of them
open
nice.
shit, but
Both of them
Reggie
nice. I'm not
Wayne
salty
is
about it.
elite.
I'm not salty about it. I think
All
both
right.
of them are nice, bro. I'm saying neither one of them is is Randy Moss.
No,
Randy
but
Moss is the
nobody
greatest
is.
ever. He's the GOAT. He the best.
So what
Nobody
we
is
talking
Randy
about?
Moss.
So what we talking about? By the way, Tom Brady threw what 50 touchdowns that year. He had
with
Randy Moss.
Randy.
50
Yeah.
In the
touchdowns.
first year.
But they
But-
lost.
That's the touchdown record.
That just
50 touchdowns. 23 of them went to Randy Moss, bro.
but that,
Great.
but one year,
They were
someone in
legendaries.
the
We know.
can someone in the chat tell us what year Tom Brady was in the year Randy Moss got to the Patriots? Because that just to show you that the first year he gets an elite receiver at the time, because then Peyton Manning broke the record. He broke the record for most touchdown passes. He's
yeah.
beating,
Which,
he's
by the
winning
way-
Super Bowls
Yeah,
Wait,
the Mr.
Manning had
Omaha
the year
days,
before.
with
bro.
McDonald workers and Burger King maintenance workers. And once he get Randy Moss, they went 18-0.
Listen.
And Harbaugh, I mean,
Listen,
and
I
that's
Brady
great.
wasn't the
I
same.
don't
That's
wanna do this with
great.
y'all. I don't want to do this with y'all. Look, Randy Moss had an over the hill, and we can't argue this, over the hill Randall Cunningham looking like a Pro Bowl quarterback again, right? But and that was
he
his
had
rookie
Chris
year. He
Carter,
got
too.
17 touchdowns as a rookie, dog. Like, let that sink
But
in.
you
for a
act
second.
like
everybody
all
in the
the
chat,
years that Brady
everybody
had
on the
without
panel,
Moss
let
was
that
terrible.
sink in. 17
All right, so when Moss, all right, didn't
touchdowns
Moss go to your
his
Raiders?
first year, huh?
Didn't Moss go to your Raiders?
Yeah.
And what he had like one touchdown in like 4
Yeah,
years?
First of all, you know what? Even Randy Moss couldn't make that dude look good.
The Raiders busy drafting running backs and shit in the first round.
Yo, we have a talent with the Raiders that we can make anybody look
Yo,
average. All right,
yo,
so
M3.
yeah, sure.
M3, who's a worse manager, MJ or Brady?
Michael Jordan for sure.
Michael Jordan.
What?
Michael Jordan
Got the longer
is
history
the worst
Brady
GM
did
of all time.
Oh, okay.
Michael
Oh,
Jordan is
GM.
as
Okay.
bad a
That's
GM
what we
Hey.
doing,
as he was a
Juju.
great
Hey,
basketball player.
Brady's on his way. Hey, look, him as a manager, he's on his way. He's on
but
his
not-
way, bro.
Yeah. Not everybody, not every
He's
former
ass,
player.
bro.
Not every former player could be a good GM, man.
Hold on.
Jordan,
I mean-
what was homie's
Hold on.
name from Gonzaga? Remember, he was
Hold
nice
on,
at Gonzaga. I ain't
hold
gonna hold you.
Oh, the
Hold
number
on.
3, the
lanky
tall,
fella.
the white dude, right?
With the hair, yeah.
Yeah, the hair. Yeah.
Hold on. The
Morrison.
Cavs, hold on.
All right,
The
Johnny, my
Cavs-
fault.
The Cavs came back strictly off going at Steph Curry, Juju. Yogo. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Bro, I was just
Oklahoma
making a
drill.
point. I was just making a point about MJ as a manager, bro. He's terrible. But if
No,
you want to talk
look.
about if you want to talk about the greatest point guard of all time, I got all day for that.
Steph Curry?
John Stockton. It is not up for debate.
He said John
We
Stockton.
just-
Utah.
Hey, listen, I ain't mad at John Stockton though. I do think John Stockton is unfairly looked over in these debates.
Bro, no,
because
look, real talk. We
leads
know,
the
look, I'm
all-time
look,
in steals and assists. He
I'm a
gotta be up there.
Utah. Listen, I'm a Utah Jazz fan. I made it clear. No, he's not the greatest point guard, but like you said, Maze, he's underrated. And when you hear Allen Iverson, when you hear Stephon Marbury, a lot of these point guards, they say, "Yo, bro, who was the toughest person?" They don't say Gary Payton. They say, "Yo, John Stockton, bro." Yeah, it was Stockton. Yeah, y'all look at him. Y'all think he's a short little white boy, but that motherfucker dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like he adapted to the game. Yeah, he rocked the poom poom shorts. Shout to my man Rip Star, because I know he gonna mention that shit. Right here.
Okay, but we're talking about that. A lot of people bring up.
Well, all right. Who is the greatest point guard? I want to hear what y'all gotta say.
It's Steph. It's Steph.
Magic
Steph.
Johnson.
But Steph is a
Steph.
two. Steph is
Okay,
a
but
one.
that's my point. That's my hold on. Time out. If Magic is the greatest point, He wasn't a traditional point guard either.
True.
Yes, he
He
was.
kind of
I'm
no,
not.
he was
knocking
different.
Like
Curry
he's not
for
your
being a
my
traditional
point
point
is
guard.
he's not
Hold on,
your
Juju.
prototypical
I'm not
point. He
knocking
was like
Steph
fucking
Curry.
6'8".
I'm not
But he
knocking
was
Steph
a
Curry for not
facilitator.
being
He
a
was a
traditional
true
point
point
guard.
guard.
I'm knocking
Okay.
Steph Curry for being a target on defense. You're not targeting
Also-
Magic Johnson.
Also,
Yeah, baby.
I can't give it to Steph because of what they're saying, bro. He was a traffic cone on defense, and
Right, he's had bad years. Right,
can't be a
correct. He's had
target
bad years.
and be the
hold
greatest
on,
position ever.
Drew, because a lot of these players, when we talk about greatness, they got their greatness out of the postseason, and he outside of that series with the Celtics where he finally won an MVP, he's not been great in these joints, bro.
What? Do you look at his numbers?
Tell me where in the
Wait,
finals where
wait,
Steph
hold
Curry
on.
was great.
Let me ask
In
you
the
this real
finals.
quickly. This will tell me where your head's at. In 2015, did Andre Iguodala deserve that shit over him?
I think so.
Oh, all right, I can't even.
By the way, that was his second best series of all
I
time.
can't
by the
even.
way.
I can't even.
You think Steph Curry should have won it?
Yes.
But you got to take into account on the other side of the ball, they're hiding him so he can have his offensive performances that he had.
They have done that,
The
but
reason
nobody.
why Iguodala was so highlighted in 2015 is because he
Right, because he took on the challenge.
And playing LeBron James.
Right,
Because
and
this
Bron,
man can't guard.
right, correct. And Bron only averaged like 25 plus 8 and 8. Like he didn't stop him.
He
You
got
want
him
to talk
below
about
season averages?
Let's talk about, but nobody wants to bring up the 4 years in which, granted, he's been a cone, but no one wants to credit Steph when he's been great defensively.
When he's been great. No. Late
He's
season,
never
got a
been
lot
great
better.
defensively.
In seasons he has, especially in the postseason. Go look. 2017 in the Warriors. Even the stint with Kevin Durant as a total, he was great defensively, especially in the postseason.
He's never been great defensively.
He's gotten a lot. He got a lot better than he was in 15 and 16. But if those are your points
gives
where
effort.
his shining moments as the greatest point guard of all
Again,
time,
I can count the four. I can count the 4 seasons, but can we look both sides? I agree with. But there's people who are on the top 10 who are one-sided offensively,
Absolutely.
and we don't bat an eye at it.
Like who?
Oh no.
Steph-
You
Steph-
don't know. LeBron James has been an ire of my eye for like the last 7 years. He's a habitual starer, right? And now he's not looking for somebody to guard.
Yes.
He's looking for the next closest person to blame when other team scores.
Thank you, especially his help
I'm
defense.
not-
Everyone wants to praise his shit, but
For sure.
bro, it's terrible. Maniac, you said who? Larry fucking Bird. Cone. A complete cone on defense. Terrible. And he's in multiple top 10s. He was a cone.
Larry Bird also, I don't know if he was a cone, bro.
He was. Stop. I hate this.
Physically
Bro,
imposing at 6'7",
on
6'8".
on top of that, bro, we're not gonna ignore. There's few people who have changed the fucking game, and Steph is one of them.
If you're talking
It's
impact, he's
unwatchable.
definitely impactful.
Bro. It's beautiful. It's beautiful what he done. If you want to point to the shooting, you can point to the shooting, but point to the people who said he's the hardest to defend ever, specifically without the ball, without the basketball. The man's running a marathon. No one can defend. You can't defend that shit.
Yo, by the way, you call Larry Legend a cone. He averaged almost 2 steals a game and almost a block a game.
Steals don't define it, bro.
Now I'm not saying steals do, but
I challenge people to go back and watch. I mean, the footage is on YouTube. Go back and watch Larry Bird.
How many defensive first teams for Larry Bird? All defensive first teams.
I don't know.
That'll tell you if you actually defending. That'll let you know if you're actually
Especially back in the day. I'm not gonna fully put it.
Let you know if you
I'm not gonna fully like blame Larry for his.
Says he made 3
times all defensive.
Okay. So that I think that qualifies you for not being a cone.
Exactly.
If you made first team all defense, but maybe you weren't as good as you were supposed to be. I will say that. I'd like to see more than a block a game from a wing
he was 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, you know.
But as far as
is LeBron
not a
getting a
cone.
block a game?
LeBron?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not today, but in his career, he was definitely getting.
Okay, but like Bro, LeBron did deserve one defensive player of the year. Like, I'm not even a LeBron stan, and he deserved
He
one.
don't sit no more. He stopped sitting down on defense in Miami. When he went back
I
to Cleveland,
agree.
that shit became
I
optional.
agree. I completely agree. I do think what was the
For
one
his
year
career, LeBron averages less blocks than Larry Bird.
I just think
Damn.
in today's
stretch.
game, defensive player of the year is overrated. Look at Rudy Gobert. Look at Rudy
That's all he
Gobert.
does is play defense, though. Defense and rebound.
See, and
He
if that's
ain't
what you're
that
known
great of a
for,
rebounder, really.
and on the perimeter, he was terrible. Rudy Gobert is terrible on the perimeter.
Yeah, he's more of a traditional big.
Which is, I think, if you're going to land defensive player of the year, you should be able to defend 1 through 5.
Oh, I guess in this age, I guess. But the point was, Steph Curry's a 2 guard.
But Magic played center. That's what I'm saying. Not the
Magic
traditional,
could play
like,
every position except shooting guard, pretty much.
if you're going to talk like traditional point guard, like, okay, then Steph and Magic are out. Like, if you want to talk about the
No.
best point,
Well,
or the best guy,
no. Hold on, wait.
Magic,
If you
bro, do you understand? Magic was averaging, had seasons
Yes.
averaging like 15.
yes, he's a great passer of the basketball. I'm
Hold
talking about
on.
your prototypical point guard who's like 6 foot to 6'2", prototypical, like a John Stockton, so to speak. Might even be a little bit.
So hold on.
No,
If we're
'cause
talking
you
about how you played the
misconstruing it.
game, though, Magic Johnson is closer to a
Yeah.
prototypical
Right.
Yeah,
point guard.
I
you're
don't-
He's a distributor rather than
Running
a scorer.
sets.
Right.
and
I'm not
actually
talking about.
setting up
I'm
the
talking
offense.
about
Like,
his
that was-
size. I'm talking about size and stature. That's all.
When I
That's all I'm talking
think
about.
about that,
No,
though, I
no,
think
no.
about it the same way you say Steph changed the game, right? The reason why they let
Yes,
bigger
I agree.
players dribble the ball now is probably because of a player like Magic Johnson, Larry
Right.
Bird as well, right?
Right, but that's topic for another discussion because Magic Johnson, he didn't have a left hand, but that's topic for another,
Oh, stop it.
for another discussion.
We're
Come on, hey, look, you know he didn't have Marcus. You know he didn't have no left
And he
hand,
didn't
bro.
need one.
It doesn't matter, though. That doesn't really matter. The reason I call Steph a 2 guard is because he doesn't facilitate the offense most of the time. Draymond does. Who's passing him the ball when he's running around those screens?
Draymond, yeah.
Right,
You get what
right,
I'm saying?
right. No, I'm
Point
not.
guard-
I'm.
A traditional point guard facilitates the offense.
Look, he's listed as a point guard. He
boy.
might not bring the ball up. He might not bring the ball up all the time. But that system was made by Steph. It was
Yeah,
made.
I'm not
the
saying
Steve Kerr system, quote unquote, Steve Kerr system. That is the Steph system. Like, Magic didn't have a system for him. He
that.
walked
Magic
into
was
it.
the system. Let's get out and
I
go.
disagree. I disagree.
Yeah.
Kareem.
And
Steph was the
As a player,
system.
That was
Magic
an
let it-
old
he
Kareem.
had it going. No, he made the offense go. Like, because
Yeah.
they had Norm Nixon.
Showtime.
They had Norm Nixon before they drafted Magic Johnson, and it wasn't.
You ever
going
want to
like-
look at? You ever want to look at what a Warriors team looked like without Steph? Go back to last year when in the playoff run when he was hurt, and how that roster was constructed. Terrible.
Bro, Kareem was with the Lakers for what 4 or 5 years before Magic got there. Didn't win a damn thing. Magic got there year 1. They win it.
You can't win it by yourself.
I'm
You
not
can't
saying
ever win
you
it
can
by yourself.
I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that it seems to be that one of them was the real difference maker, right?
or at least something that got him over the top.
Exactly, and that
You know?
is
Yeah, because
that
Magic
is
made
Magic
everybody else better. Just
Look,
Get to
look,
your
bro.
spot.
Steph
I'm gonna
Curry
get
got to
you the
take
ball.
a hit for being on that plane that went to go recruit Kevin Durant. He got to take a hit for that
uh-oh.
because if
That
you
has
sit-
nothing
if
to do with him as a
hold on.
player.
If you are who you think you are, bro, then
Little bit.
we shouldn't be. You
He
shouldn't be
won
afraid of
without
LeBron.
him. He won without him.
No, they did. Bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on, dog. Like, let's not do this revisionist thing because we can't act like LeBron went in there with some mop brooms.
I'm
and
not
some
saying that.
dustpans because Kevin
not.
Love
I'm saying he
and
won
Kyrie
without him.
didn't play. By the way, in
Okay,
that
great.
series-
I'm glad that you
in
brought that. I'm
series
glad that
they
you brought that
won
up.
without him. In that series, LeBron was up 2-1.
I'm glad that you.
carrying these
I'm glad that
dustpans
you
and
brought that
mop
up because it's like you can bring that up. I can bring about 2022 when he statistically it was him Steph that had one quote unquote
all-star, and Andrew Wiggins wasn't really an all-star who played great down the stretch. And Steph did it by himself, basically.
Bro,
at the
beginning
to
of
that
this
point. Hold on.
I gave
To that
Steph
point,
credit
hold
for the
on.
Celtics series.
To that point, statistically, the greatest defense in that Celtics team. To that point,
the greatest defense.
yes, in that playoff run, yes, they were.
The Celtics defense. They had
The Celtics
Marcus
defense.
Smart.
Okay.
Yep,
Sure.
Like my point is, he's done it by himself.
Okay. Again, though,
Like,
I don't take away from the hit
like
that you
people
have to
different
take
theories.
for going on a private plane and having to get down on one knee to beg Kevin Durant to come play with you.
I mean, that statement's like that statement's completely overblown. It was Draymond Green, but I guess I'm following.
Wait, how's it overblown?
Because it was Draymond Green, not Steph Curry.
The Hamptons.
Steph was there.
Steph was there, but you're saying he's back. Draymond Green is the one who reached out to him.
Are you saying that Steph was just playing the wall and not asking him to come play with him?
No, but you're saying begging. You're saying begging. Like, I don't even know. Like, are you trying to like?
No, bro.
Are you trying to put like it tarnishes Steph?
Listen, you're getting caught up. You're getting caught up on the wrong things. Let's not get caught up on the semantics of it.
I'm not. I've stated my case. I've stated my case,
bro.
I've stated my case. Steph is the system himself. He changed the game completely. Like I've stated all my points that have nothing to do with like.
I think the reason why the KD thing stands out is because in my mind it was a way of dampening out the competition while also continuing to get better. Right? Like
that's the case. We can point to LeBron.
Yeah, well, no, LeBron.
Yeah,
he's the architect of that. He's the architect of that. But in my mind, Steph had a deep battle with the Thunder that year. Right, had to come back and beat them. Had to beat them from a 3-1 lead.
Right.
So then he's thinking like, damn, if we want to come back and defend, we're gonna have to make it through Oklahoma City before we start thinking about the healthy Cavs team again.
Yeah.
Who is going to help us go up and guard LeBron? Who is going to line up against LeBron next year? And they're like, well, shit, we can go get KD, and that'll do two birds with one stone. That'll take care of our problem in the West. And that'll make us stronger for our foe.
I just think that's like right. I agree with what you're saying. Like,
and the only person who took the hit job for that was Kevin Durant.
That's my like. I don't think it's really a hit on Steph. That's a hit on KD.
No, it's not, bro.
It is a hit on KD. How is it not a hit on KD?
No. I amended my statement, bro. It is a hit on KD. By the way, he's been taking that hit for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
However, Steph Curry and those guys have skirted this hit. Because they were the ones that got on the fucking plane and locked him in his own house.
I think it's
not leave.
I think it's a more of an argument. Okay, that's overblown. Like KD wanted to come to the Warriors, but if you see what KD, all he talks about is I just want to play beautiful basketball, which is what they did. So that's one. Two, bro, that statement would hit more if Steph didn't win without him. He won without him twice.
Okay.
I think you take them both. You got to take both into account.
I agree. I mean, I'm not. There's definitely hits on Steph's Steph's career, like the Raptors. Being down everyone. I felt like he could have closed that series still by himself, and he had an opportunity to. He didn't. That's a hit on him. You can point to KD, cool, but that's not moving me off of him changing the game. He has 4 championships. Like, in my opinion, he's top 10 all time, and he's the greatest point guard of all time.
Okay, let me bring this up since we were just talking about KD and Steph and all that. Now, I said Aaron Rodgers the most overrated. Kevin Durant is the most overrated, greatest scorer. That people try to say this dude is a better scorer than Jordan.
Oh, this is gonna get nasty.
He's not. He's not. He even says he's not a leader. Sometimes you'll watch a game with Kevin Durant and you'll see the most meaningless 30, 20, 28, 26 points ever. He hasn't done anything since Durant left OKC. And if you take out the Warriors years, he ain't done nothing really. So am I wrong?
The only thing that's keeping KD from being the most overrated scorer in that fashion is the fact that James Harden still exists.
Ooh,
James Harden is still a person.
I ain't gonna lie, James
And so
Harden.
the
That's a
most
choking
overrated
mob. That's a
scorer in
choking
the
mob.
NBA has
That's
got to
right
be
there.
James Harden.
I don't agree with either one of those.
James Harden.
Takes.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain on James Harden.
Yeah.
Like,
the
man,
floor is
you talk about
welcome to the
disappearing in the
stage,
playoffs. He has
M3.
some of the most high profile playoff chokes. He let a
No. He definitely does. He definitely does. He definitely
ball
does.
spot and all, put him at 5 points for the entire game on a closeout game versus the Spurs, right? And that was like the third iteration of the Rockets down there when he did that, and then had the audacity to force his way out of there just to end up with the same GM he forced his way out of in Philly.
I mean,
So,
but James Harden has showed you. Sorry,
Yeah.
James Harden has showed you who he is time and time again, and I think it comes down to like if you're not going to pay him, he's leaving.
Facts. That's
Really?
all
That's
what it
a
comes
fact.
down to. He wants to have fun, go to strip clubs, and get paid. He don't really. Basketball is secondary to all of that.
I
So,
think
M-
as far as
ahead,
KD
M3.
goes, as far as KD goes, I don't think he's the most overrated scorer. He is who he is, bro. He's still unguardable. He, you know, for
Wait,
I don't think he's a leader. He said he's not a leader, right? So I gotta
said
take
that.
that off of him,
Yeah,
right? With the problem people have reconciling Kevin Durant is that he's not a leader and that they want him to be like because if you place him on any team, basically he becomes immediately the best player. I mean, not necessarily now, but certainly at that time, you place him on any team outside of a LeBron team, I suppose he's the best player on that team. And
I do have one that's worse. M3.
said
In
what?
my opinion, I have one that's worse than it's probably James Harden level. And maybe I don't think a lot of people are gonna like this. Tracy McGrady.
Yo,
The
Kick Rock.
the most
Ooh, wow.
overrated.
Kick Rock.
The most overrated
Yeah, nah, you can take
scorer.
that one,
He
dude.
out there
Dog, who's
too.
gonna hold
You
on?
can
No.
have
See,
that
that's
one.
what I'm talking about, bro.
Wait.
Some people
That's
born.
what I'm saying. In terms of winning, being a
Tell
scorer
me
and winning.
who else was going to score if he
In
did.
terms of when he had Dwight Howard, bro, they act like they didn't have good teams. He couldn't make it out.
Yao
He couldn't
Ming.
make it to the fucking finals.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Again, you're misspeaking, bro. He never had Dwight Howard.
I said Dwight Howard. That is,
Yeah,
that's
Yao
He
my
got
bad. That's my
traded,
bad.
Yao Ming.
right, for Dwight
Bro.
Howard, basically. So
I said I meant I did not.
yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
He had Drew Gooden. He had over the hill Patrick Ewing.
Again, but you're in terms of
And
scores.
Ron Artest.
If we are putting,
Ron Artest was the best guard in the league, or the best defender
Yeah.
in the league.
Listen, by that time,
Ron
hold on,
Artest
by that
got them
time,
to the West
Tracy McGrady's
Finals.
not leading the league in scoring either. By that time,
And
his
Aaron
back is
Brooks.
gone. Yeah. But I'm talking about when Tracy McGrady was back-to-back leading scorer in basketball. There was nobody else to pass to score the basketball. If he
because
didn't
he's taking all the shots. I'm saying we're not gonna act like he didn't have good teams. He still couldn't make it to the finals. He couldn't make it to the series.
Bro, who were those good teams?
You're gonna tell me right now with Tracy McGrady's never had one good team. One.
In Orlando?
He's had some good. No. Houston.
No.
Houston.
Okay, so
his
bro, that's
career
what
didn't
I was
stop
saying.
in Orlando.
He said he's the most overrated scorer. He was doing his scoring.
No,
in
I'm saying
Orlando.
you didn't let me. That has not made it. I thought that's what this conversation is about in terms of as a total player making it and winning something as a scorer. Oh, you're the greatest scorer, this and that, but you couldn't get over the hump.
Okay, no. I'm not gonna argue about Tracy McGrady and his playoff shortcomings. He definitely has those, but also Tracy McGrady gave us some of the most exciting playoff performances of all time.
Right, I think
the dude literally averaged 42 a game against the Bucks.
Correct.
They lost that.
I'm
series.
not talking.
He averaged. Huh?
Not his scoring, like his, so to speak, the most overrated score that has not done anything. Just like KD, you can't take away KD's greatness in scoring, but when you take away Steph, he ain't done shit.
It's true.
In terms of winning, yeah, in terms of winning.
Listen, he
one amendment that I
was
can,
in a
I
game
can add
7
to
against the
KD,
Bucks,
though.
right? Where his because he
His foot was
wears
on the line. Yeah, that's the one amendment you can give him
because neither one of his other best players were there. I mean, James Harden was there physically, but he wasn't there. and Kyrie Irving wasn't there.
He needed that 3. He really did.
Right.
Because he ain't done nothing since then.
That was the same year Kawhi picked up his Toronto ring. It was the foot on the line year.
But for people in the like not like understanding, he's not overrated as a scorer. He's overrated in terms of he didn't win anything as being a great scorer. That's what the topic is about, especially when you go back again. Talking about Kevin Durant.
He said that Kevin Durant's the most overrated scorer.
Okay, then I was having a different conversation. If we're talking about in terms of just scoring, then I don't think Kevin Durant's crazy overrated as a scorer.
It's James Harden, and it's not even really that big.
I think James Harden is a better example of overrated.
Well, because of the foul bait. I think it's because of the foul baiting.
Yeah, when they took away the swing through fouls, he was averaging about 17 to 18 points a game from free throws alone. You take that away, he's coming down averaging 18 to 20. And he's been
you're talking about some of the
third option ever since.
And that's why in today's game, people say it's part of the game and it's an art. I don't think so. That's why I deduct shit off of Shea's game, because that shit is egregious. Like, his whistle is Hall of Fame worthy.
Bro, y'all can't do that because then you got to start doing it to Kobe.
Man, Kobe didn't foul bait.
It wasn't in the same. It wasn't in the same round.
We play for.
And we're talking about in terms of score. In terms of score,
y'all look at certain players with rose-colored glasses, dog.
Foul baiting is swinging your arms through the defender. Foul baiting.
That's the only way to do it.
Lunging towards the defender.
Kobe was legendary at lunging towards defenders.
He would triple fake you, get you in the air, and still try to hit the shot.
That's a lot different than flailing your body. That's a lot different than flailing your body and swinging your arms.
Hold on. The only difference.
Give a shit about the only difference. Foul baiting. He's playing for content and going to the line.
He was still trying to get fouled, no?
Because he's attacking the basket. He's not sitting
there.
Got
so many excuses for Kobe Bryant. It's ridiculous,
dog.
Dog.
Watch the game and see it.
Is James Harden when James Harden in Houston, was he not attacking the basket?
I think the main objective.
Downhill.
I think the main objective is the swing through. I think that is the for me. Hold on.
James Harden is attacking the basket better than Kobe Bryant in that situation.
He's the architect of the swing through. He is the architect of
Hold on. Because both of them are doing the thing with the same.
Kobe didn't do no damn
in mind.
The swing through guy. He wasn't. First of all, hold on, stop. I gotta be able to get to the shit to actually make this make sense. Kobe was playing in the triangle, so he's already in a triple threat position. There's no reason for him to be swinging through, and he's in his favorite position to score. James Harden gets it elbow extended. He's getting it near the free throw line and pump fake like he's trying to do an actual shot attempt. It's completely different. Kobe Bryant is not swinging his body side to side for foul.
That's all I point out.
Where did most of because I feel like we're losing sight here. Where did most of James Harden's fouls come from? What area on the court?
Flopping, not jumping, going to the rim.
The paint.
Yeah.
The paint.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you say the same for Kobe Bryant?
I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't say the same for Kobe Bryant. Everyone in their own right flops, quote unquote. My specific thing is the swing through. That's why I think is when you're talking about in terms of the greatest the most overrated scorers, like that to me, the whole swing through, like yes, I understand attacking the basket. I know that's where he got fouled the most. But when you're in terms of a swing through, that was him, all him.
It's not a shot attempt. It's literally not a shot attempt. You can't even say it's a dribble attempt because he's not putting the ball down. Okay. He's holding the ball in the air.
Okay.
Jimmy,
I think the fundamental, the only difference is what you guys are saying about
that's a fundamental difference, though.
That's the only difference
because the issue.
Hold on, because both of them, Kobe Bryant, James Harden, were looking for the same end result. To be on the free throw line, getting free.
Kobe Bryant didn't need 18 free throws a night to average 25. He didn't need 18 free throws.
How many free throws a night do you think Kobe was getting?
What I'm telling you is he was efficient enough to score without it. He was efficient enough from different parts of the floor to do it without shooting 20 free throws a game. James Harden, after he was no longer able to get those free throw attempts, his numbers plummeted.
Kobe Bryant was not efficient. Not even close to being efficient.
As a scorer?
Not even close to being efficient.
What are you talking about?
Very efficient.
My man shot like 42% from the field.
No. Explain to me what you're talking about when you say he's not efficient.
42%. Look at James Harden's field goal percentage. Look at Kobe Bryant's field goal percentage. One of them screams efficiency. The other one says, I shot it a bunch of times. Some of them went in.
Okay. So you're saying for Kobe's career, his shooting percentage is 42%. What's James Harden?
Before his career, probably 44, 45. I don't know. It's not great.
Stop. Just give me James Harden's.
All right.
Give me James Harden's. Because now we're going to get to the point of whether or not shooting in your 40s from the field as a guard is bad. So let's look at it.
I'm not. No.
Stay where you was at. Stay where you was at. Tell me where James Harden's field goal percentage is at. Stay exactly there.
I think it's a little bit. I mean, obviously,
stop, Drew. Let him answer.
It's 44. It's 46.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. He was anything but
especially because I don't think.
Now tell me who got more points. With James Harden shooting at a 44% clip through 17 years of his goddamn career, tell me how many points he got, or how long has James Harden been in the league? 13, 14 years?
Hold on.
How many points he got?
Hey, he's 37. I feel like he's been in this bitch for 17 years.
Because they've been here 17 years. So tell me, do we got 20,000 points yet? Has he scored 20,000 points yet at 44% clip? Because he's so much more efficient. He got 20,000.
Hold on, bro.
No, tell me. He got 20,000 points. Because he sure got 5 chips. He sure got 5 of these. He sure ain't got the scoring champion, scoring champion of the league.
Yo.
He sure ain't got no finals MVPs.
Hold up, bro. See this bullshit, bro. Because you got me looking like I'm a Kobe Bryant hater. I'm not.
Wait. Hold on.
Here, bro.
I want to ask who. Now that we're on that side of it, what are the flip side of it? Who do you guys think the greatest scorers? I have a couple names. Greatest scorers that didn't abuse. Like obviously everyone flops in their own right, but didn't have to rely on it or abuse some of the greatest scorers that you guys have seen. Now we'll leave with this. If Steph is not in your conversation, it's wild, but go ahead.
Hold on. What's the question?
Guys that didn't need the
that don't flop everywhere, rely on that and like foul bait to get their buckets. Like some of the greatest scorers that you guys have seen.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan is out there. He's scoring a lot away from the basket. You got
Shaq, obviously.
Yeah, Shaq not flopping. Shaq's the content.
Kevin Durant.
No, he was the rip through king. He was a rip through king.
Tracy McGrady.
I like the Tracy McGrady one. I think I lean more towards that than the KD.
I just got
Tim
told
Duncan.
I
had Tim Duncan. I had Steph. I had Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady, bro. I mean, dog.
So Tracy McGrady he's an overrated scorer, but he's also one of the best scorers at not having the flop.
No, I didn't say he was an overrated scorer. I said
Iverson.
He said he's an overrated player, basically.
In terms of what he won.
In terms of what he won, I think that's what I was. I
said Bernard King. Okay, I can go with Bernard King.
Bernard King.
Larry and
AI.
Bro, we are not doing. Someone said Nico. Someone said Joker. We're not doing Joker. Throws his body all around
everywhere. Yeah, he's a
Pandemic P won't make a list of mine.
That's another overrated dude.
Who?
Pandemic P.
Overrated.
Paul George on them. He on them horse steroids. He on them things.
My boy came back doing backflip dunks.
I can't believe, bro. If you think Joker is not one, like doesn't abuse the, that's just fucking
absolutely.
Bro.
I was not expecting James Harden to be shooting so trash. He's ass. Everything I said about James Harden. is
tried to tell you.
fuck James Harden.
Told you.
Oh,
Messed
someone
up
said,
your
bro, this is
whole
actually a
take.
great one. Someone said Dominic Wilkins. That I actually agree. That's
Dominic
actually
Wilkins is a good one. Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Vince Carter.
Yeah, Vince
Vince
was
Carter.
good.
Yeah.
People forget how good he was because he stayed around so long that you started to
Right.
just remember him as an old man and forgot that this dude was unbelievable.
I take
Yeah.
that into account though. If you're able to find a way to be effective into your late years, there are guys that we respect for playing late but aren't able to do much. Right? They're just kind of like there for show, to sell tickets, to wave at the crowd as they're sitting on the bench or playing terribly. But like there are guys who found new roles as they age. Vince Carter is one of them. Antonio McDyess is another one that I think about a lot.
Jefferson with the Cavs.
Yeah. Richard Jefferson.
Hey,
like
Derrick
go from
Rose is
being
a
the
good
number
name
one guy
because
to the world,
I
man.
thought Derrick Rose never got foul calls, but I don't necessarily think Derrick Rose was the scorer that these other guys was either. He never got the chance to be, honestly.
to be
James Worthy's a good one. Now that's really old. Yeah, it's a really old
big
one.
game James.
Yeah, they throw some
but
good games.
when people
Kevin
when they
McHale.
this is the only
Oh my
problem
God.
I hate. When they stay
Michael
around too
Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah, I mean that's
long. I mean Jordan.
you probably could lead with that one.
Right.
You probably could lead with that one.
But see,
I mean, I'm
my
gonna have to
thing
find
is-
a LeBron guy. I'm gonna have to find a LeBron guy to come on.
Oh,
my
we not
thing
doing
with
that.
Jordan is that he's getting the same looks that Kobe's getting. He's getting spin right out of the post, pump fake, shot, and one. Like he's getting that too. He's getting them same looks.
I'll throw another.
Jordan was
Michael
better
Jordan
I'll
than
throw
Kobe.
another. I'll throw
To
another
the
one.
cup, dunk on you, fouls too.
Throw another one. I think
All
this
right.
one I could have led with, especially in today's game.
And
Giannis.
he's much more efficient than Kobe Bryant.
Stop playing with me.
Uh,
We don't have to do this again.
No one's brought it up. No one brought
Jordan
it up.
is 49%.
That's a big one.
That I know for
Hey,
sure.
Jordan is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. I ain't taking a thing away from Jordan. I'm saying if you like that game, if you care for that game, if you like
Right.
the way he plays, I have someone else to offer you.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I do like that game, but I like that game played at that game's highest level.
Man,
and
stop,
Michael
man.
Jordan did that, and Kobe Bryant didn't.
I've been told that if I start yelling again, the internet's getting unplugged. So I'm gonna just let it slide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it slide.
That was great. That was great. Great stuff. That was great
But
stuff.
wait, Kobe didn't do it at the highest level?
Yeah, no, let it go,
Ooh,
Juju.
hey.
Get worked up.
I'm not even
He
a
even
Kobe.
brings up a great one
I'm
here.
not even.
Carmelo put up a bunch of empty points.
He wanted to stay in New York. He wanted to stay in New York. You know how many times Melo could have been a Laker? You know how many times Melo could have been a Laker? He wanted to
Bro,
stay in
in Denver, he was putting up empty points too. Carmelo put a bunch of
no,
buckets
he
in
was
the
in
mean-
the
championship. He made it to the Western Conference Finals in Denver one year.
With
So they were
AI
actually
and,
building something in
Chauncey,
Denver.
Kenyon
Yeah,
Martin,
Chauncey, yep. Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, "Let me come on." I got
A.R.
LBJ.
Smith. They had a squad.
LBJ.
They had a squad.
Hold on. I want to ask. This is a great question. I know this is like sidetrack, but this might be a hot take. But I think, especially for a few years, DeMarcus Cousins is one of the most skillful bigs I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
Okay.
Always
It might
playing
be
on bad
some hot take to some people, but if you didn't get actually watch him, when he was in his prime, injuries kind of derailed him on top of some antics as well. That was his fault, but probably one of the most offensively gifted. He could hurt you at all three levels.
I'll give you one better, Juju. That year that he teamed up with Anthony Davis on some random shit. I think they would have at least made it to the finals that year if he doesn't get hurt. Because they were unguardable.
They were unguardable. Listen, and even more than that, they had two pit bulls at guard playing
at guard. Yep.
And
Holiday
and Rajon, they were nice,
that
bro.
shit was
A young Drew Holiday is
Yeah.
And Rajon, he was the elder statesman, the leader.
Yeah,
they were
locking people up, bro. You saw what they did. They were the lower seed than Portland. They locked McCollum and Dame up,
and
bro.
Aldridge.
Yeah.
or no, McCollum. Yeah, Aldridge was already gone by then.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people give him enough love.
What about
here's a hot
Dwight
take.
Howard in his prime?
Dwight was nice, bro. I ain't gonna front. Dwight was nice.
I think as long as you
Oh,
had
no, like-
Dwight, when you expected Dwight to lead, to like be
Right.
the cornerstone of your offense, that
He's
is I
Kevin
think
Durant
that's where
in that
things
way.
messed up.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of like AD for me too. Like he's never, you can't rely on him to be the one.
to be
Yeah,
the
that's a
focal
fact.
point. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
a fact. Yeah, nah, some of these guys weren't meant to. I don't think Tracy McGrady was meant to be the leader even in Orlando, right? They got Grant Hill at the same time. He was supposed to be the guy, but he, wasn't
Injuries.
ever fully healed from that injury or whatever. And McGrady just had to be the scorer.
Yeah, Tracy's a good one. Yeah, number two guys. Yeah, I think that DeMarcus Cousins one was really like obviously you got your Jokic's now, but like in that time, was there? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was there in that frame were there bigs that were really stepping out like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
Obviously, there was
There were some
Dirk.
skillful guys, bro.
There was
you had
Dirk, obviously.
Porzingis. You had him.
Bro, Chris Webber. He wasn't necessarily stepping out to the 3-point line, but definitely 17, 18 feet. He was knocking
Yeah, I'm
those
talking about
down.
all three
Yeah.
levels. All
And
three levels.
definitely skillful with the dribble and passing.
Right. I'm talking about like all three levels as like
Okay, yeah.
as well.
Dirk
Like,
Nowitzki, Dirk.
yeah, I said Dirk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of
Ryan Hayes was shooting. He was the
Yeah.
power forward, with the Rockets for a while.
Rashid
Hakeem?
ended up with like some range. He ended up being able to knock down three, but that wasn't consistent for real.
I think people forget how good Hakeem was. Honestly,
Hakeem was very good.
Yeah, bro. Like
Only reason why Jordan, that in retirement, I was about to say them 8 rings for the Bulls. Only reason why Bulls ain't got 8 in the 90s.
I wanted as a kid, I wanted to see that when Jordan came back. I wanted to see that Rockets Bulls finals, bro. I wanted
matchup.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, he wasn't ready yet. Coming straight from baseball, he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Maze,
Probably
do
would've
you?
lost that.
Yeah, because he wasn't ready. They probably would have
Right.
lost if they did get by Orlando. And you didn't. Yeah, they probably would have lost. So Maze, I guess we touch on your topic and then we get out of here. Yes.
We can get out of here, bro. What was my topic? I forgot it. Oh, it's Kurt Signetti's best coach in college football
Today or all time?
today.
yeah, you
Okay.
can't argue it. Yeah, you really
Yeah.
can't.
It's a
I
tough
don't-
argument. I think you could still make a case for Kirby because he's the only current coach that's ever gone back to back. But
Yeah.
at present day, it feels like it's leaning towards Signetti because of recency, because of recency.
Recency, but I also think
Yeah.
he literally took the worst program in Power 4 and won a championship. I get it. It was, he did it through the portal and all of that, but they were the worst program ever in terms of winning percentage in Power 4 college football, and he went there and won a championship.
I get it. I mean, that story is. I think I'm gonna get flamed. I think the story is better than because the formula is proven already of what he did, and I'm not taking anything away from him. The formula is the formula. I think it's the story is as great as it is because coming from where he came from, going to where he went, and just winning there gives the aesthetic of it. But the formula of great coaching and chemistry and foundation has been older players. Like I said this on a recent show as well. Like that formula, 2018 Clemson, 2023 Michigan, 24 Ohio State, Indiana now. That formula is a proven commodity. Like that's not new. It's him coming over and doing it from where he went or from where he was at JMU, having the same staff. I think that is the aesthetic of everything, not like him winning, so to speak, at Indiana. Like I think that the formula is already been proven is what I'm trying to say. But I think it was great for the school and the aesthetic is Indiana.
Sounds like Juju trying to get us ready for Kyle Whittingham.
Yeah, I mean, I could look. You ain't gotta convince me. I've already talked myself into Kyle Whittingham and the great staff hires that he's made.
I'm comfortable
Real
with
quick.
the take. Oh, go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
I was
go
gonna say
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
comfortable with the take as long as that clock restarts September. As
Yeah.
long as that clock restarts, because I think we could kind of get lulled into that story and end up giving Kirk Cignetti a smooth 3 or 4 years where he don't win shit, and he's still, riding off of the glory of 2026.
I agree
But
with you. I agree with you, but I also want to put this in. I want to add this caveat, bro. I mean, it is Indiana. If he does not win anything for 2-3 years, I don't think it's necessarily an indictment. Although I do think you do have expectation now, right?
Yeah,
There is
yeah,
an expectation. You did just win a national championship. You're not expected to like fall off a cliff. Absolutely. So I'll give it that.
I just think be careful with this, but I just think the transfer portal now takes away from the whole greatness of, oh, you want it at this school, because any school can get good right now if you have the resources. Like Indiana has the backing of
some school, not any
Yeah, we gotta be
school.
careful. We gotta be careful
pick
because
any one of your powerful schools in the conference that can get money. Look at Texas Tech. Everyone laughed
Good
at that
point.
shit.
Good
But
point.
that don't mean just because Texas Tech can do it don't mean Texas Christian can.
Texas Tech won Indiana.
Yeah, that's why I
We've
said
seen
within the
Texas
realm.
Tech
But that's why I said power four schools with money. Like
Yeah.
Indiana got Mark Cuban back in there.
Yeah, but they
Which
kind of
came out of
just got
nowhere.
that.
Where did Mark
They
Cuban
didn't
come
have
from?
that
Putting money in football?
necessarily.
He's an alum, I guess.
Yeah, he is. He is an alum. Yeah. But he wasn't necessarily dumping money into that program at the start
Before,
of this last
yeah,
season.
like where you come
No,
from?
I'm saying like this year, this whole
Mhm.
like he funded this run that they had. He's probably gonna fund them going forward, I would imagine. I mean, he loves to put his face on TV and be the cornerstone of shit. So
Do you
Yeah.
think so though?
he loves
Here's
that.
my thing with the NIL money
I agree with
and being able to just
King Alpha
restart
Man here.
anybody's program is do it for 1 year. All right, cool, fine. Do it like indefinitely, like just to keep you good. I don't know if those type of guys are going to be on for that bill, because what is the benefit to them? What are they getting out of it? Like, you're not making Mark Cuban any richer winning a national championship in Bloomington, Indiana.
Nah, bro. But when you're a billionaire, these billionaires, listen, bro. Let's be honest, man. We gotta historically, this is a thing, and I don't mean to give a history lesson, and I won't. But people with money like seeing games, if you will, right? The Romans had gladiators. They built whole arenas to watch people fight to death, basically, right? So if you have a bunch of money, especially if you have some connection to a place, right, like Cuban, my entertainment now comes from watching this place that I have connection to be successful.
No, I understand the kind of
it's like
primal connection.
Real quick, Marcus. And then it's like this. Me and Maze, we get on the college football 26 video game and team build.
Yeah,
Mark Cuban does it in real life.
He does it in real life.
That's his hobby.
Real college football.
That's our hobby. That's his hobby. Go ahead.
I hear that, right? I understand the primal attraction to it. I guess where I'm kind of seeing the disconnect is, number one, for the 20 years that Mark Cuban was an alum at Indiana, before Kirk Cignetti got there, he seemed disinterested.
He had no hope.
Will he find something new? Will all of these guys?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
expect
fair.
Larry Ellison to be in our bankroll much longer either. Like,
that's fair.
They will find other things to
now
be passionate about and put money into.
Hey, Marcus, I ain't gonna lie, bro. As long as his wife is his wife, I ain't.
As long as she's doing the cunnilingus.
Look, I ain't got.
Lady,
look,
as long
again,
as
which can't change. Can't change. The motherfuckers have like 6 wives, so it can't change. But as long as she stays, I ain't.
Well, maybe
we got other donors.
You know, she gonna mess around and be a multimillionaire even if she get it.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's just make sure.
But he's not the only. I don't want to like mislead people. Yes, Larry is like
he's one of right.
Yeah, he's the biggest donor we have, so to speak. But the donors that no one talk about is the Lesters, bro. They I feel like they're even more tapped in and doing more than what the Larry is doing, and his family. Like, Lesters do a lot for the university.
No doubt. So yeah, I think that was my hot take. I think we all kind of on the same page. You know, he did it. You got to do it again, or at least be in that realm again. But I do think right now he's the best coach. Don't get me wrong. Like Kirby's great. Kirby took over. I mean, say what you want to say about Rick, but he was doing a good job recruiting over there. It's not like the cupboard was bare. He took over a good situation there. The biggest reclamation, honestly, would be Dabo, but Dabo's kind of falling off the planet.
Dabo not even top 10, bro.
Right. Dabo's kind of falling off the planet now. But he did take over a Clemson program that was doing it, right? And did
got it out the mud. That's why I say, like, if he did this with no transfer portal, I think you would have me, so to speak, if he did at Indiana. You know? Like, I feel like that more so would be like, shit, bro. Like, he did do it at Indiana. That would grab me. But, like, it didn't grab me in that aspect. It grabbed me in the aspect of, bro, he came from with that coaching staff at JMU. That's what grabbed me.
Somebody else is gonna have to do it though, Juju, for me to discredit it that much.
No, I'm not discrediting. I'm just saying, just like
somebody else to do
at Indiana. That's what I'm saying. They got back once they got back with the resources at Indiana. It happened.
I feel so much differently about Rutgers now. Like, I used to think that what was happening at Rutgers was positive momentum, and Shiano was doing good. He ain't doing shit. He's not doing anything. He's had 2 stints at Rutgers, and they are no better than when he arrived.
And they're worse. In fact, Marcus, if you read, I don't know if you read that article recently. They are
hard on Shiano.
They are losing money and millions of dollars. The football
ain't doing
program.
A damn thing. Signetti took 10 boys from JMU and some bubble wrap and Mark Cuban and won a national championship, and you still sitting over here talking about, we got a few more years, and I think we'll have something.
That just lets you know how valuable, like, the older players are in college football. That just know, you just know your job, and you're a solid player. It can turn you to a good to great player in college.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So real quick, before we get off of here, Indiana's championship. I've seen people saying that they're the number 2 best team in the playoff era. Agree with this?
Number 2 behind who?
I disagree.
No. 2020 Alabama, 2019. You can start with those 2 and go the rest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
2020, I think 2019. Yeah, in fact, the 2020 Alabama, 2019 LSU might be the greatest game ever.
The greatest two teams I think ever assembled.
Now, I can't forget about the Miami team. Now, in the playoff era, those two. BCS era, Miami had a great team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much, but I think I think 2023 Michigan beats this team, Indiana team.
I do too.
Absolutely.
I do too.
Absolutely.
I do too.
Yeah.
So,
2024 Ohio State beats this team.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I've just been seeing it.
Playoff 24 OSU.
Right, playoff 2024 OSU.
I said not in the regular season.
Right, yeah.
I could get, bro. Like, as much as I was one of the few who said that, not to get too much around, that said that Chip Lindsey was going to be the piece, and Will Howard was going to work with him because of his style, bro. Chip Lindsey he's always had. He said, "I'm going to run the fucking." Yeah, I said Chip Lindsey. Chip Kelly, yes, like he needs a running quarterback. He's always been that fucking way. And it was their missing piece because Ryan Day is allergic to that shit. And you're seeing it still to this day.
Gotcha. All right. Is that everybody takes? Anything else? No?
Man, we back on Monday.
Monday
back.
Let me read these. I forgot this super chat because Ripstar did a couple super chats. Ripstar, appreciate the $2. Ripstar is the greatest. Woo, voice of college football, trash can, Duke, trash can. Asian Posh Doreen has been a member for 7 months. She became a member. You should become a member. Shout out to 3 Ski. And Ripstar again with the $2. I don't know what that is. Apple juice said greatest, not gayest, maniac.
Yo. Oh man.
So this is the stage. I'm gonna try to do this Saturdays. My channel, House Divided channel. They can share it. You know, get on here, talk sports, different player matchups, different battles that went on through history. Just talk about how great players were, how overrated they were or whatever, you know. And this isn't just college football. This is NFL, college basketball.
I mean, we talked about pretty much everything tonight.
Anything. We one day we'll go in the rabbit hole of rap, but I don't want to go there.
Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, I'm about to destroy that.
I'm waiting for the tennis conversation.
Wait. I don't want to even just do rap. I want to do greatest artist. That has to be a topic. I have to.
See how he trying to fix it already?
I have to be here for it, bro. Greatest artist. I have to be here for that is a topic that has to be had.
Everybody heard the fall off?
I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, I have.
Do it when I get out of here.
I love them. I ain't gonna lie. Well, we'll talk about it later, but I thought it was a little bit underwhelming, just a little bit.
Does Drake rap better than J. Cole?
No.
No.
All right.
But
I just want to test Juju's honesty.
No. You would never get me on the rap, but the artist, I have so many numbers. I have so many. We'll get into it later.
Bro, these numbers mean nothing today, man. I'm gonna be honest.
They mean nothing.
It's opinion.
He's streaming. I don't even know what does an album sell. How many streams is
We'll get into it because music is the people's based opinion, not anyone else's.
Right. No, that's a fact.
Got you. So be looking out for the stage.
We all know Eminem's the number one lyricist. I bet that's a white man lit track. It was fire. I ain't go front. It was fire, bro.
So be looking out for the stage, talking about all different types of topics, debating, and just, you know, kicking it, having fun. So like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
Blue.
It's great to be a Michigan.